whenever the at 11 a.m. the new build is given to you. Now, okay, just give me a second, guys. Okay, sorry. So whenever the new build is given to you, you are going to install that build. Now, after installing that build, earlier what had happened, you were able to sign in, but in the home page, the images were not loading. But now, after installing the second build, okay, now you're not able to sign in only, right? Now you're not able to sign in, which is a blocker. Now, there are two issues. One is on clicking on sign in, you're not allowed. And there was one more issue, which is not yet fixed, which is that the images are not loading. So there are two issues. Now, if we go back to this, okay, assume you're raising a issue. What is that issue? First issue, images.
Sign in is not.
No. First, in the first build, what did you raise? Images are not loading. Correct? This is the first bug that you have raised. Correct? I will say great. Okay, first bug, that is great. Sorry, images are not loading. Now, you will raise one more bug. After providing the second build, you are raising one more. Sign in is not working. Okay, sign in is not working. Okay, priority, I will say, I'll give some priority. Sign in is not working, it is P0. It is P0. P0. Yes or no? P0. Correct? It's a blocker issue. Right?
Yeah.
So now there are two issues. Now I can open. So which is blocking which one? This issue is blocking this issue. That means sign in. Without signing in, you cannot check this issue. Yes or no? Images are not loading. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So what you can do here, right? So what you can do here is, where is that? So since this is a trial version, I'll have to search here. Action. Where is here? No, link issue. So here, you see here, link issue. Okay. When you click on link issue, you will get this. So is blocked. Why? This blocks. So what has happened? This issue is blocked by images are not loading. This issue is blocked by which issue? Which another issue? Sign in is not working. See, when you click here, all the other bugs from the current sprint will be shown here. Okay. Now you can select this. Are you understanding this? Is blocked by. Did you understand this, guys? Right? So this issue, images are not loading, is blocked by sign in issue. Once the sign in issue is fixed, you will be able to retest this or test this, whatever. Okay? Did you understand this? And now I'll click on link. Now, here, when you open this issue, it is showing this. And here, this is a link. When you click on this link, you will be able to see the other issue also. What is that? Sign in is not working. Clear on this? Same way, you have different options. When you click on this, go to this, open sign in, link issue. See, you have multiple options. Is blocked by. This is blocking which issue? Sign in is blocking. Images are not loading. This issue. Yes or no? Yes or no? Guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can add multiple. See, as and when I click on link issue, multiple options are shown. See, this was one which I added. I can also delete it. Okay. I can change the state of this bug. Okay. One more thing. When I change the state of this bug here under the linked issues, see, if I change it to in QA, which one? Sign in not working. I have opened image is not loading. I will go here. I will change it to in QA. Okay. Now, if I open AMA12, which is sign in is not, see, where is it? So everything is interlinked. If you change it there, it will reflect here. You got this? So is cloned by clones, is duplicated by. Okay, this relates to, when you say this relates to any related issue. If there is any related issue, okay, if there is any other bug which is related to this bug, you can add it here. Okay. So like this, please try to explore. All of you understood? Sorry. One after the other, please.
Ma'am, is it mandatory to link issues?
No, not required. Not always. Not always. If there are multiple issues, then you can link it.
If the issue is interlinking, blocking the application, then we have to link compulsory.
Yes, that's right. See what happens now. Since you got the second build, you got to know that okay, I had already raised a bug because since I am not able to sign in. Okay, I know that there is one more issue. But if you are still in the first build, if you are allowed to sign in issue is not there, only images are not loading, then there is no need of linking any issue because there is no other issue only. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Right? So it depends on the situation. I just gave you some examples, the scenarios, how it might happen. That's all.
Okay.
Just to make you understand what do you mean by blocked by, how to link an issue and all that. Okay, somebody else had a question?
Can we say this bug as a child issue? The parent one is the image.
Correct. So when you say parent and child, see, basically, yes, you can say parent and child issue. Okay, which one will be parent, which one will be child? Nothing like that. Okay, so if you have raised the images are not loading issue, you can say that as a child one and sign in as a parent one, because after that the images are not loading will come into picture. Yes or no? So in interview, they're not going to ask you all this. Okay, this is just management. So Jira, it's a different management tool. It's a project management tool where you try to manage. By linking what will happen, it will be easy for you to manage things. Okay, so if you're closing one issue, there, when you're closing, you will look into each and everything, right? So what are all the content that it has, or all the expected results met or not, right? So once you test that if issue, so let me go here. Assume now images are loading. The developer has given you a new build and he has given the fix for this. Now assume the images are loading. Now you will see, okay, expected result, images should load. Okay, there is a spelling mistake, ignore it. So images should load. That is the expected result. Actual result, what was the actual result? Images were not loading, right? Now what I will do, I will go to the application, test. Okay. I'll go here. I will see if once I log in, okay, or once I sign in, are all the images loading. Okay, once all the images load, I can say that, right? I can say that all the bug is fixed. Where is that? Now the bug is fixed. I can say the bug is fixed. We'll refresh. What happened? Sign in not working. Images are not loading. I'll open this now. Both of them are fixed. Sign in is not working. This also I will change it to done. Now I'll go through all the details. Okay, this is blocking this issue. Okay, now I have to test this issue also. Since I'm able to sign in now, I've got a new fix, new build, in which sign in, this bug fix is given. Now I'm able to sign in, right? So I will go through test steps, execute the same in the here. Okay, check if I'm able to sign in. If I'm able to sign in, what I'll do, I will fix this issue. Sorry, close this issue. I will say tested in QA environment. Hence closing. I will keep few people if required, the developer or not the developer, but who the lead or the product owner. Okay, I'll keep them in CC. The lead, especially, I will say who's the lead, Shrikant or Sneha. Okay, Shribindu. Shribindu is the lead. Okay, I will keep her in loop saying that this bug is fixed, and I'm going to save it. Okay, and I should add. Okay, I can edit. Okay, I'll click on edit. I can add the screenshots. Okay, I can add the screenshots here. Just take a screenshot, put it here. You can use snipping tool. You can use print screen. So how to take a screenshot? I will open here. Images are loading. See, I will just open that particular screen. Click on new, drag. Okay, drag it, and where do I copy? Here. Okay, I'll copy, and I will open this Jira. Sorry. Okay. Refresh is not happening. So tested. I have tested the sign in is not working in QA environment. Okay. Now I will add the screenshot. Control V. See, the image is being attached. Okay. Now I'll click on save. One way is this. You can add the attachment here in the comment section or the discussion section. Okay. Otherwise, you can keep that image. You can save it. Okay. Save it in a file. You can take the, sorry, not this. You can take the screenshot along with this new. You can take the screenshot, whichever screen is required. That screenshot you can take, save it in your file explorer, and attach the link here. See, here you have an option. Attach, click on this, and attach that particular what document. Okay, that file. Okay, screenshot file. Is this clear to you guys? Same with the recording. So how do you take the recording, screen recordings? How do you record the screen, guys? Am I audible or not?
Yeah, ma'am.
How do you record the screen? Okay. Yes or no? Do you know or not? Don't know?
No,
In
ma'am. No,
mobile
ma'am.
application, we use ADB tool.
Good. Okay. Any other way? Okay, so as a manual test engineer, you can like see if you're just a pure manual guy, so you can use free screen recorders or some paid screen recorders. Access will be given to you. Usually, you will not have access to paid recorders, so you can use some free screen recorders. You have many. Okay, online you can check. So you have multiple screen recorders where you can start and end the screen recordings. So that you have to do it explicitly. Just try to explore. I'll just show you some. Okay. See. Speaking. Mobile. Yeah. Screenrec.com. Ice cream recorder. Okay. So there are multiple screen recorders. I'll just show you. I don't know if this is a screen rec. So I think yeah, you have to download and install this. Okay. Once you install, I currently don't have, since this is my personal laptop. If you want, I can show you. Let me download. Okay. Let's take some time. Okay, by that time, let's cover 2 more points. Okay, so yeah, one more thing is in Jira, you can add the logs as well. So if you have the log file, okay, do I have any log file? Don't know where I have. So this is a sample log I have. Okay, what I'll do is I will go here. I can attach the the log file as well. I will attach this. Okay, I've added the log file. I will say, hey developer, hey Manikya. Okay, developer attached what log file. Assume there is a crash. There is a screen called something went wrong. What is that? So you can see something like this. Sometimes you will get this. See, something like this. Yes or no? Have you seen this? Oops, something went wrong. See, this kind of screen. Have you observed? Right? Or you see a blank screen. See? Okay, let's not consider mobile application. I have not reached mobile application yet. See, some blank screen. You don't see anything. You know what is a blank screen, but just trying to show you, right? So see, this is a pop-up. Let it sign into your account. There is no, there are no web images. Web images are not shown. Right? There's a pop-up where the web images are not shown, because of which you are not able to proceed further. So in this situation, what you need to do is you need to take the log and attach it. See, I've attached the log file. Attached log file and screenshot for your reference. Okay, I'm going to save. So now Manikya, he'll see, okay, there is a log file attached. Okay. Usually developers, what they do is they'll not have that much of patience to even see, okay, there is a log file, there is a screenshot. Okay, it's better that you just inform them, saying that there is a screenshot, there is a log file, please go through that. Better. Okay, that's a better way. All right, did it get downloaded? Oh, done now already. Okay. Yes.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
in next classes, will you exactly explain that what's that logcat file, ma'am? I'm a little confused. That's all.
Okay, so there can be a question for you in an interview. How do you debug the bug? Okay, how do you debug a bug? So basically, when they ask you that question, first of all, you need to understand what is debugging. Debugging is the process of repairing or fixing the bug. Debugging. So just try to dig why that bug has occurred. Okay, so basically, who will be doing this? Debugging will be done by the developer. The work of the test engineer is to find bugs, and the work of the developer is to fix the bug and to debug and repair the bug or fix the bug. Okay, so basically, it's the duty of developer to debug the issue. Okay, now, so basically, when you provide the logcat or when you take the logs for a bug, whichever bug, okay, forget which bug. So take an example. There's one bug for which you got the log file. Now, when you take the log file, you are going to attach it in the bug report. This is the bug report. Okay, where is it? So this is the bug report. What do you mean by bug report? Bug report is nothing but whenever you report a bug in your. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay. So whenever you report a bug, guys, I'll cover too many things in one question. Please try to understand. So whenever you raise a bug, what are all the attributes, what are all the content that is actually required in that particular reporting of the bug? So that is called as bug report. So this is the bug report template. What all is important here in the bug report? Summary of the bug or the header of the bug, priority of bug, which is very, very important. Okay, description of the test steps of the bug, or steps to repro or reproduce. Repro steps. Okay, repro steps are nothing but steps of reproduction of that bug. Okay, attachments, screenshots of the screen recordings. Okay, so these are some important attributes of the bug report. Okay, and the bug ID. Bug ID is very important. How it will be useful? Where it will be useful? It will be useful in the test case, right? So whenever you raise a bug or a story, add a story or add a task in Jira, so these IDs will be automatically generated. So you can just take this AMA12, just see, copy link address, and you can put it here somewhere, wherever, or if you want to ping them in group chat or Google chat, or they'll have some internal messengers. Like if you want to connect with your friend, okay, what do? You use WhatsApp, right? To chat with them, to inform them something. Likewise, you have in WhatsApp itself, you have some channels or groups, right? In the similar fashion, even in the organization, you will have some applications where you can connect with your teammates. So it will not be with respect to the mobile number. Okay, it will be something with respect with considering your official email ID. Whenever the new person joins the organization, they will be giving access. Okay, they will be giving, the company will be the HR or somebody, whoever is responsible for that, they'll be providing you the access to that particular application. It is an internal messenger in that particular organization. Only though the employees of that organization will have access to it, where they will have some groups. Say for example, only QA members, okay, your team QA members will have access to one group, or there'll be a channel or a group. Okay, again, you have an individual account where you can directly connect with other people, different people. Individual one-to-one messages can be sent, group messages can be sent, or to the whole organization there will be one group. Okay, if HR wants to convey something to everybody in the organization, right? So say that there is a sexual harassment session, okay, or time management session, or some sessions are going on, and the HR has to inform everybody that please attend. Okay, so what they do, they will post it in that group. Okay, so this is the internal messenger. Different companies use different applications for communication, for interaction or collaboration with its team members or within the organization. So for example, you have Slack, which is really in trend these days. So Slack is one of the application. Okay, it is SLACK. I'll just show you. Shrikant, I'll come back to the question, don't worry. See, this is Slack. See, if you see here, 1 second, let it load. See, threads are there, starred. You can star it. There are channels. Okay, direct messages. See, yourself, Faisal Hassan is the person, and he can send messages to other individuals also. I'll just show you others. See, Roberto, this is a direct message. Seb, it's a direct message. See, these are direct messages. Okay. General marketing, there is a marketing team channel where everybody in the marketing team, everybody are there. So you know all this, guys. So you have used WhatsApp groups, right? So it's nothing but almost the same. Okay, and some organizations, they don't use Slack. Instead, they use Google Chat. Some organizations, they use Microsoft, right? So sorry, Teams. Yeah, Teams. So different applications they use. Okay. Now coming back to Shrikant's question. Uh, how do you take? How it is helpful? How to understand the log file? Let me just open that file. I don't know why I have taken that log. So basically, when you provide the log file, why do you take logs? Why do you attach the log file? Because there was a bug. There was a bug. See, there are hundreds of lines. Okay, if you keep on analyzing this, you will end up nowhere. Okay, so basically, it is the duty of the developer to understand and debug what is actually happening, why did that bug occur, where I have to fix the bug. So it is the duty of the developer to debug. Whenever the question is asked to you, how did you debug the bug, so you can say that I was a manual test engineer, so to debug a bug, some coding knowledge, okay, some design or coding knowledge is required. But with the knowledge that I have as a manual test engineer, okay, as a manual test engineer, my contribution to debug the bug is finding the root cause analysis. Say for example, you have Facebook account. I'll come back to this. You have Facebook account. So all of you have Facebook account, right? Guys, all of you have used
Yes,
Facebook.
ma'am.
Okay, once or sometime in your life. So you have an option called as deactivation, right? So you can deactivate your Facebook account, or many other applications you have the same option. Now assume that in your Facebook account you have provided the valid username, valid password, and you click on submit or sign in. Okay, now what is happening when you click on sign in? First case, you are allowed to sign into your account. Okay, second, you provide valid username, you provide valid password, okay, and you click on sign in, you are not allowed to sign in. So there are two cases. One is that for one user, first user who was allowed to sign in, his account is not deactivated, his account is active. So he was allowed to log into the application. Second, see, this might not be the exact scenario, but I'm just giving you an example. Okay. Second scenario, he provided all the valid details, but when he clicked on sign in, he was not allowed to sign in. Okay, he was not allowed to sign in. Why? Because his account was deactivated. But while testing, what you need to do is you have to check in the backend. You have to check in the backend by using SQL queries. Okay, so what you can do, you can open the table, provide search, select star from uh, accounts. So in that account table, what are all the details that you will have? I'll just show you here. Okay, in that account table you have okay. In that account table, what all you have? Email ID, okay, password, and you have account active. Account active and active since. Okay, account created table. Okay. Huh. So let's say there's okay, email ID apurva@gmail.com. Okay, this is one. What is the password? Apurva123. Assume, just assumption. Okay, account active 1, active since some date will be there. 10 01 what 2000 assume. Okay, account created date 10 1 1 1990. Okay, just okay. Next, bindu at gmail.com. Password bindu123. Account is 2. Sorry, 0. Account active 0. Active since 10 10 2000. Created date is prior to that. What is 1 1 1994. Okay, just so assume this is the table. Now there are two situations. One is that you valid username, valid password. Okay, clicking on sign in, you're not allowed to sign in. Second, you are allowed to sign in. So if you see here, Apurva is the user. So what is the validation that is happening when you click on sign in? The request is going to hit. Okay, the request is sent and it is going to check in the database, is that combination of username and password present in the database, in the table. Yes, that email ID is there. Check if the same password is there. Okay, same password passed. Check. So you might think as in the front end, you might think providing just valid username and valid password, it is going to let you in, or it should allow you to log in. But in the back end, there are multiple things, okay, that it is the check, multiple checks are going to happen. It will also check if that account is active. Okay, this is just an example, guys. Okay, so it is also going to check if the account is active. If the account is active, the flag will be set to 1 or 0. If it is 1, it is active. If it is 0, it is inactive. Now, since it is 1, the user, who is this Apurva, so she will be allowed to log into her account. But the other person, on the other hand, that is Bindu, even though she's providing valid email ID and valid password, okay, and clicking on sign in, since her account is deactivated, she will not be allowed to log in, or some other screen which says your account is deactivated. So do you want to activate your account? Some other option might come. Okay, so basically what happens, sign in doesn't happen. So it is also going to check once these two validations are done. Valid username, yes, correct username is given. Valid password, yes, correct password. So combination is correct. Now what should happen? It should allow you to log in, but it is not allowing you to log in. Why? Because the account is deactivated. Account is deactivated. So these kind of additional checks will happen. So as a test engineer, you might think in the front end, okay, I have given valid name and valid password. Even though I have provided valid details, valid username and password, why is it not allowing me to let in? Okay, now I have to debug. So what might be the cause? I will check in the dev tool, Chrome dev tool. What is that? Chrome dev tool. What is it? Do you know what it is? So here, the inspect. You guys know inspect, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll just close this for a moment. So I'll click here, sign in. Now I'm in the sign in page, right? What I will do, I will provide valid username. Okay, I've given my number only. I will click on, okay, first I will open this. Oh shit. Control Shift I, or yeah. Okay, so I will open the dev tool. So now here you can see when I'm here in this page, when I click on continue, okay, I've not yet clicked, okay. Some calls, default calls will happen, forget about that. So when I click on this, okay, so you can see all 200, status as 200, right? Now when I'll just clear this. First thing, I will give valid password. Valid password. What is the valid password? I don't remember, ma. Okay. I've given valid password. Default calls will happen. See, I'm not clicking. I'll click on sign in. When I click on sign in, just wait. It's a lot. Take Mintra. Easier guess. 1 second. Let us sign in. I will click on login. Okay. I'll open network. I'll check the network calls. I provide. See, if I click here, I have not yet clicked. Now I'll click. When I click, what happened? I could see the response. Okay. I can see the payload. I can see the response. Forget about what is this showing and all that. Okay. Now I will. Did I get the OTP? 8368. Clear. I will give 368. See, as soon as I gave 8368, okay, I go here. See, logged in is equal to true. So, logged in is equal to true. Yes. Response. One second. Exception. This will actually take a lot of time. JavaScript. Text area. So actually what happens as soon as I log in, this whole homepage got loaded. So all the components that are loaded, the responses will be captured for all of them. So that is why it is really huge. Okay. So here, just in the payload itself, you can see that the logged in status is true. If it is not true, okay, just close this and log out. Try to log in again. Now what I will do, I will provide. Okay. 421. So I will give 8558. Some. Oh, sorry. I have to open this. I'll clear it. I'll provide invalid details. Some invalid. See, you can see it is 400. I click here, see, payload. I give 5456. Okay. Phone number is this. This is the request that I'm sending. Phone number is this. OTP is this. See. Now, if I check the response, it is saying incorrect OTP. It is saying incorrect OTP. So this is the response that I've got. So basically, you have to debug like this. Okay. Debug will usually be done by looking into the network logs or the network calls. What is the response? What is the request that I've sent, whether it is correct or not? The response which I've received, whether it is correct or not. Okay, this is how we are going to check. And when I say log file, log file is really huge, and it is not that easy for a manual guy, a manual person to understand. Okay, see, do you understand anything? To be frank, I myself do not understand each and everything that is present here. But there are some terms, say, for example, some crashes are there, some exceptions will be there. Okay. So by looking into that particular concept, or see, you can see some crashes are there. Okay. Just go down. There is only one. Some exceptions will be there. Not all files will have, see, exception. So the developer, since they have they have experience finding or how to debug. If they are getting this particular term in the log file, then that might be the issue. If the sign in is not happening, then they will check for exception. So they know how to interlink with the with each other. So they're going to search for that particular term, and they're going to see, okay, exception, what is happening, is this the issue, and now they know where exactly in the code they have to change the code, change the piece of code. So that is how they're going to verify and give the fix. You understand now? So you don't have to really understand what is present in this log file. Log file is nothing but it captures uh, all the backend calls that is happening. Okay, it will consist of each and every response that is actually happening, or the interaction between the servers that happens. Okay, so it will capture everything and it will store in one file. That is nothing but a log file. Did you understand, Shrikant? So don't scratch your head too much with this. Okay, are you there, guys?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
please don't spend too much of time on trying to understand what it is. So it is not the duty of test engineer, but to become a very good test engineer, if you want to learn automation, if you have some coding knowledge, and if you're really interested to understand what it is, then you need a lot of experience, and you have to have some design knowledge or coding knowledge to understand what is present in the log file. Okay, and also if you have some experience working in the same company, or if you have some experience working on a specific domain for some good amount of time, then you might understand very few points in the log file, not everything. Do you get this? Is this clear? So nobody is going to ask you what exactly have you analyzed in the log file. Okay, clear, Shrikant?
One more doubt.
Okay.
Ma'am, as a QA, we are going to only debug the network, is there any other options like other than network we can do other debugging options for a QA only?
Okay, you mean to say here? Here?
Yes, ma'am. We are going to
Here.
debug only the network, or do we have any other options for debugging for a QA?
See, you can see that in the console also. Okay, you can see that in the console also. I exactly cannot show you. 1 second. Let me see if I can try this. See, it differs from application to application. The code that will be shown based on code. 1 second. See, everything I actually cannot show in these example applications. Okay, so in live it will be different. 5919. Hold on. Okay. Fit. See, some backend, some minute errors will be there. So only developers would understand this. A script, some image issue. This is front end issue. Minus front end issue. Language. Okay. What is that? I'll click on continue. See, not working. Limits for OTP. See, bad request. Okay. Again, in the console, it is saying it is a bad request. Okay, whatever from front end, whatever you're trying to push, it is saying it is a bad request. What do you mean by 400 bad request? What is 400 bad request? So 400 series, what does that mean? Guys,
Status code 400. Yeah, ma'am.
API class is done. What is 400 bad request?
Client error responses.
Client error responses. Okay. So what is 400? Do you have the notes? Please check fast. Guys, if I tell you everything, you will forget it again.
If it's a invalid
server,
request or a wrong
It's a
prompting
wrong
from
value.
client
server
side.
can
Server could not process the request.
Guys, one at a time, please. Who's there? One at a time, please. Shrikant.
The server could not process the request from the client end.
Server could not process the request from the client end. See,
Yeah.
if I click here, what is happening? It is taking me to the network. So you have a link here, right? Again, if you go here, if you see you have exceeded limit for OTP attempts or resends, please try in 30 minutes. Why this will be useful? Assume here in live. See, I'll click here. Okay. Assume this message is not yet developed. I'll give you an example. Okay. That will be very helpful for you. Now you have given the valid mobile number. You click on continue. Okay. This message is not shown. This information message, which is saying you have exceeded limit for OTP. Okay. This is not showing for you. So since this application is still in development phase or testing phase, somehow the developer missed to provide this information. Now, as a test engineer, you will provide the mobile number, you will click on continue. Nothing is happening, right? You're not getting any message, you're not moving to the next page. Which screen is that? OTP screen. You're not moving to the OTP screen. Now, you'll be wondering why that is not happening. As soon as you find this issue, you're blocked now. This is a blocker issue. But you are not going to check with somebody else. It is your duty. Okay, it is your duty nowadays. Just with the manual concepts or just with as a manual test engineer, you cannot survive. Okay, so you have to have some additional skills. So you have to, since you have to update your skills, you have to try to understand how to debug and all that. Okay, so you have to go one step forward and try to analyze why this bug is happening, why this issue is happening. Is this really an issue or not? Did I myself as a test engineer, did I do any mistake? Did I? Okay, I have provided valid email, valid mobile number. Then also I'm not able to move to the next page. Why am I not able to move to the next page? Right? So now what I will do, I will open this dev tool. Okay. I'll open this and I will click on continue. Now I do not know, right? What is happening? I'll click on continue. Okay, it is saying there is a post and okay, it's saying bad request. I'll go here. So basically, if you want to understand each and every request and response, there'll be multiple requests and responses that will happen. Okay, when you make a call, okay, different calls will happen when you click on this one button, one single button. So here you can see there is 400. Okay, you click on this, you understand, you try to understand what is the request that you have given. Okay, phone number is this. Okay, you have clicked one click. Phone number is this, right? Then what is the response that you have got? You have exceeded limit for OTP attempts or resends. Please try in 26 minutes. Oh, there is no message shown here. So this is not an issue. This is not a bug. The bug is just that they have to, the developer has to show a message. This is the requirement. The development is correct, but just the developer has missed to show the message, the information message. What is the information message? This has to be the information message. So now what you will do, instead of raising the bug as continue button is not working, what you will raise? You will raise the issue as or the bug as message to be added. Okay? Message to be added for exceeding the OTP attempts or resends. Did you understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise, what would have happened? You will raise the bug as continue is not working. Now it will reach developer. Developer is already working on some other bug fix. Once he fixes everything, then he will look into this issue. He will start debugging. Okay, he will start debugging and then he will come to a conclusion. Okay, this is not the bug. The bug is I have to add a message. Now what he will do? In the comment section, he will say this is not a valid bug. Do you understand? Did you understand, guys? So you will save a lot of time. So by debugging, By debugging, by adding or by providing the log files, by providing screenshots, by providing recordings. How are you helping the developer? The time will be saved. So you're helping the developer to give the fix as soon as possible. You're helping the developer to reduce his work. Okay. You might think, why should I help him? So if you think in that way, nobody can help you. So you should have a mindset to understand the logs, understand the calls, API calls, responses. That is the reason nowadays we have requirement for the manual QAs who have knowledge, at least some good amount of knowledge in API testing, in database testing, right? In to what else? Database testing, API testing. You need to have mobile application testing. So if you have mobile application testing knowledge, okay, one more point I have to cover. I'll do that. Okay, fine. So just not manual testing. Okay, you have requirement for API, SQL, that is database, and many more, right? So it's good to have. Okay, so now you guys got to know why this is important, right? How the debugging will be done as a manual QA. Some basic information, basic knowledge on debugging. So as a manual QA, this is your contribution to find the root cause. Yes. Any questions?
Yeah, hi Apurva. The responses, whatever we saw, that is the message that developer has already given, and we got the response from the server, right? How do we know that that message was missing?
See, the message, sometimes the response will be provided, but that has to be integrated in the UI. That has to be integrated. This is just the API call. Even there, they are going to provide the same message.
Okay.
So multiple calls are happening. So don't assume that in the response, whatever message you saw, that is actually coming from the UI. No, not always. Not
Okay.
always. Here in this particular application which I showed you, okay, in this particular application, I do not know how the developer has developed, because I'm not the QA for this particular application. Okay, I do not know. I'm not the developer for this application. But not always that can happen. Okay, that information or that response message that you saw in the response, that might be coming from UI or that might not be coming from UI. So if I have some knowledge whether it is coming from UI or not, how will I get to know? When I work on some application. That means when you work in an organization, when you work as a QA in an organization, then you will understand, okay, this is the message. Okay, this is how the developer has developed. Do you get this? See, some examples which I give you might not be actually correct, but I want to make you understand. That is the reason I give you some vague examples, but I don't say that is really wrong. That can happen.
No,
So,
Apurva, I understood. My point is, since that is the issue which is persisting, I'm clicking on the sign up, nothing is happening. So I try to find out the root cause by checking on the console and all that, and I have a bad request code in that. So I actually don't know. Bad request is we're not able to reach the server right now, but I don't know what exactly is happening. There is a blocker that we have to try after 30 minutes. That's the way the application has been developed. So there is nothing in the response also. Since the message was given by the server as a response, we got to know that it is the OTP issue. If that was not there, how do I figure out that this is the main cause?
Then I would have approached the developer. That's all.
Okay.
That is the other way. That's all.
Okay.
Do you get this? So here there is no need of any log. There is no need of any log. See, not for all the bugs, there is no need to take log. Only if there is some there are uncertainties. Okay, so if you get some crashes as a test engineer, you cannot do anything for that. I mean, how do you debug what is actually happening, why that particular issue is coming? You do not know, because you cannot see anything in the UI. Backend, to some extent you can go and check, but if the calls are not hitting, okay, nothing is happening, some blank screen is shown, what do? You have no other option. At that point you have to take logs, but not all the time you can take logs. Something went wrong issues will be there, and sometimes some app crashes will happen, right? So at that point of time you can take logs, but just some images not loading, you don't have to take a log.
Okay.
If the image is not loading, then that could be a front-end issue. I mean, 100% that will be a front-end issue. Okay. So to give the difference, there might be one more question that they might ask you. What, or I'll show you this. With the Mintra only I'll show. I think that will work. 1 second. So there might be one more question that they might ask you. How do you differentiate whether it is a front-end issue or a back-end issue? This will be a very important question. I have observed like many of them have shown or shared this particular question that they have faced. Okay. Now I'll try to log in. So, okay. This is a valid number. I just type some random number. Random number. All these are valid numbers. Huh? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
I think irrespective of the numbers, it will go to the OTP page.
Probably. I do not know, because that might be how it is developed. That is why I'm just trying to enter some random numbers. 3, 4, 1, 2. Huh. So, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I've given some invalid mobile number. When I click on continue, here I've given 0, 0. Just consider it as a very general case where I've given invalid details or invalid data. Okay. Now I'll click on continue. Okay. 1 second. Valid phone number. This will not work that way. Okay. Oh, I have to wait up. Okay. I will just leave this blank and I'll try to click on verify. See, if you see here, see, there are some. So there is no request that is being sent. See, you can see some calls that might be the image calls. Okay. Preview. These are not actually calls. Okay. Okay. What is happening in the background? You see the carousel is running. So it is just that. What I'll do, I'll go here, click on login. See, when I click on request OTP, you could see, right, the request calls. Now, what I will do, I will just leave it blank. I will click on verify. See, I clicked on verify. What is it showing? Please fill out this field. Please fill out this field. There are no calls happening. These are not calls, guys. So there are no calls happening. As soon as I click on verify, see, did any call happen? No. So here it is showing, please fill out this field. This is the front end validation that is happening. So it is not actually going and hitting the backend or the server. Okay. So this is the front end validation. In the UI itself, there is a validation that is being put or introduced by the developer so that it doesn't have to hit the server. Okay. So now only when I provide the valid details and click on verify, the calls will happen. Okay, the requests will be sent to the server and the response will be received, whether, the validation is going to happen. So now I'm going to provide the OTP. This 732743. See, now just clear it. Shit. Oh, sorry. I don't have to click up. So log out. As soon as I provide, click on request OTP. See, as soon as I provide the last, I don't have to click on verify. It will by default log in. So now, if you see here, this is the runtime, chunks, chunk and collected balance. Problem is the JavaScript files. So see, debugging takes a lot of time. Okay. So if you have some experience working on this application, okay, then you will know what are all the terms that are used. See, these terms, the payload terms here, the responses, these are all defined by the developer. The request. So in the previous example where I showed you user ID, user underscore ID. So they are the key and value pairs that are being defined by the developers. So when I know the key and value pairs or some terms that are actually used, I can see here. Okay. This looks like the XML file. It's all merged, guys. So I will know that only when I have already worked in this application. Even if you join as a new test engineer, it will take some time for you to understand. Okay. Understand where what is there. If this issue is coming, then where exactly I have to check, where I'll be able to get the data, get the information. All JavaScript files are. Fetching. Okay, I'm not putting the data here. No worries. Okay, so here, when you saw this, okay, see, I provided invalid data, invalid info. If you see here, see, payload. Request ID is this OTP I have provided 654545. Okay, and I'll go to the response. See, these are defined by the developer. So since you're collaborating with the developer, you will know. So even while performing the API testing, all these key value pairs, what are all the data in the JSON, what are all the contents that are actually there, all that information will be given by the developer. So you don't have to assume anything. Okay. Now see, it says the message is OTP is incorrect. Okay. Here nothing is shown. Okay, OTP is incorrect. The message is shown. Okay. Error code. So this is the error code. So this information you can add. Okay. So multiple calls are happening. Same thing. So this is the backend issue. When I say backend issue, what is actually happening? It is going and hitting the server. But the previous example where I showed you, you are just providing, see, I'm just leaving this field blank. Can't I remove? I'll leave this blank. And when I click on verify, this is the front end issue. This is the front end issue. When I provide the data, it is going to hit the server. But here, when I do not provide any data, it is not going to hit the server. So when the calls are not made, when the requests are not, none of the requests are sent to the server, then you can consider that as a front end issue. See, now it might be it might be a little difficult for you to understand, but when you start working, it is very easy for you to come to a conclusion whether it is a front end issue or a back end issue. Guys, whatever you have understood until now, that is more than enough. So when they ask you, how do you come to a conclusion whether it is a front end issue or a back end issue, you can say that whenever the validations are happening in the front end, okay, whenever, okay, the checks are happening in the front end or the validation is happening in the front end, just in the UI, we can say that we can come to a conclusion that it is a front end issue. When it is just the UI issue, okay, some images are not loading, that is a front end issue. Okay, but when you are not allowed to sign in, when you are not allowed to create an account, okay, when you are not allowed to add a product to the cart, when you are not able to do the payment, okay, when you are not able to or when the page is not actually loading, when the page is not loading, at that time you can see whether you can check whether it is a front end issue or a back end issue. That time you cannot come to a conclusion. Even an experienced person cannot come to a conclusion whether it is a front end issue or a back end issue. If the page is not loading, then you have to check. You have to inspect and check what calls are happening, why it is showing blank page. Then you can inform the developer whether it is a front end or a back end issue. Okay. If you're not able to come to a conclusion, the other way that you have is just inform the developer, and it is his headache to check what kind of issue it is, and he'll give you the fix. Is this clear? All these things look little vague to you because you have not worked on a real time application. Okay, so here we might be showing you how the application is, but 90% of the times whatever I've shown you, that will work, but 10% it differs from what organization to organization, guys. Okay, the way they work, I mean, most of the things will be different there. Any other questions? Is this clear to you, guys?
Yes, clear, Apurva.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
All right. So yeah. So one more very important concept. Let us just cover that. We'll see what is priority and severity. Before that, I had few points. What is fab icon? So coming to the mobile application. So coming to the mobile application. Okay. So if you see this, sorry, let's copy this. Copy image. So if you see this is the screen of the application. This is a mobile application. So there's something called as fab icon. Fab icon. Okay. In some of the mobile applications, not all the applications, but in some of the applications, okay, you might come across these kind of buttons. So ideally, in this screen, there will be only plus icon shown to you. There will be only plus icon shown to you. But when you click on plus icon, these two buttons will float and it will be shown to you. It will just slide or it will just pop up and it will be shown to you. And when you click somewhere outside, I mean somewhere here on the screen, okay, outside this particular section, it is going to disappear. So these are nothing but floating action buttons. So these are action buttons. When you click on this, it will show you some other screen where you can add another user. When you click on this, it will show you a screen where you can set the alarm. Okay, but when you click outside, it is just going, or it will just vanish, it will just slide down, and only plus icon will be shown to you. So these are called as floating action buttons, which will be usually called as fab icon. Okay, it will be called as fab icon. So I can show you a few more examples. See this? See? This is the bug. So icon is not aligned in the center. Okay, so this is the fab icon. Okay, if you are working in the mobile application, then you need to know this. See, this is the best example that I can show you. See here, you can see something like this. So there's a plus icon. Okay, when you click on plus, all these options will come into picture. Okay, these options will be shown, out of which you can select any option and proceed further. If you don't want any other option, see, you can see that the background is blurred, right? Updates, you can see here. Guys, is my screen visible? I mean, can you see this
Yeah, ma'am.
blurred
Yeah,
section?
ma'am.
See, inbox, this icon is there, toggle button search, but search icon is there. Today, you can see here, today is there, right? Updates, Dropbox, Google Apps Team. See, pictures of the Technicon smash off, right? So the background screen will be blurred and you can see the fab icon where all the additional icons will be shown. And when you click outside in the blurred area, so all this will vanish and you can just see the plus icon. So this is called as fab icon, and when I say fab icon, this will come into picture only in the mobile application. Okay, and one more important point, whenever you write the test case, okay, there is very slight difference between writing the test cases for the web application and writing the test cases for the mobile application. What is the difference? So when you write the test case for mobile application, you have to say it as tap. There is no click. Okay. So in mobile application, you have to say tap instead of click. You are not going to click on any of the mouse, right? So in your mobile applications, you say tap. So if I open the test case document, okay, we'll cover a mobile application also. There we can write all that. Okay. So instead of click, you have to say tap. Everywhere, please be very cautious. Okay. In an interview, if they ask you to write the test case on Uber application, what you're going to do? They will say, okay, you can use your mobile, or they will say any mobile application, take any mobile application and write a test case, or they might give you some specific mobile application. Okay, then you can start writing test cases, but be very cautious whenever you write test cases. Please use the term tap in place of click in the test. Where? In test steps. Everywhere, wherever you, instead of using click, wherever you have used click in web application, please write it as tap. Is this clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Guys, please keep this in mind. This is very, very, very important if you are attending the interview for mobile application testing. Okay, please be very cautious. Instead of writing click, you have to make it as tap. Be very cautious. I'm telling you this multiple times because this is very important. This is the most common mistake that will be done, and this is the most common point that the interviewer is going to catch. Okay, just because of this small mistake, there might be a chance that you will not be into the organization. I mean, you might not clear the interview. Okay, right. Because since you have already showing experience in mobile application, if you are attending the interview for a mobile application requirement, uh, obviously you're going to show experience in mobile application testing, right? So if you are showing experience in mobile application testing, then you should know, I mean, it should come by default. You have to write the test cases by using tab. Okay, so that is how the interviewer is going to catch you. Okay, so please practice writing test cases. Did anybody update your test cases based on the points that I gave you on the first day of review? Guys, did you guys do? Puneet, Manikya or Shrikant, I guess.
Purva, I did not attend your classes for past 3 days. I was watching the recording today, and I will do it, Apurva. I also had a few things to inform you that you had asked for email ID. I had not sent. So is it okay if I send now, or is that
Yes,
the
please. Yes,
maximum number
please.
is done?
Yes, please. No. There is no compulsion that we have to add only these many people. There is no restriction. Okay, you can send it. Whoever has not shared your email IDs, please share, guys. Okay, you can add how many ever stories you want, how many ever bugs you want. do whatever you want. If you have any doubts, please do ask in the next class. If you don't explore, if you don't practice, then you will not have any doubts, you will not have any questions.
Okay,
I'm
and
asking you
regarding
to
the
ask questions.
sorry to disturb, regarding the review as well, I think it's already too late to discuss on that. Is it okay to discuss today, or shall I do it tomorrow?
It's fine. Once we drop, once we stop the recording, we can cover that.
Okay. Okay.
You please be on call. But yeah, others please explore. Okay. So tomorrow we'll cover about the severity, priority, and some important questions. You might think you already know about the severity and priority, but there are a few important questions, interview questions, combination of severity and priority, examples in an application. Okay, so when you say that you are an experienced candidate, whenever a question is being asked to you, say for example, what is priority? You just don't have to. I mean, you just can't explain what do you mean by priority. You have to give some examples on priority. So you have to be prepared during the interview. Sitting in front of the interviewer, you cannot think about the points, because see, if you have already worked in an organization, hundreds of examples will come to your mind. But since you're practicing, okay, you need to prepare some points. Okay, you need to do some homework, guys. You have to prepare some points and practice the same thing. So whenever they ask you a question, tuck, you have to say. Okay, you have to be very fast with that. Okay, you shouldn't take some time. It's okay, you can take some normal applications like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, Nykaa. If it is e-commerce, okay, you can consider these applications and you can give examples. But what I'm saying is, you shouldn't think about what example I can give at that point of time. Okay, you will not have too much of time to think. And if you do not know something, there are chances that you might be nervous, and your brain will become it will freeze. Okay, you cannot think about anything. So I want you to prepare. Okay, prepare, make some notes of your own and practice the same thing. Presentations, how are the presentation sessions going, guys? How are the presentation sessions going?
That is happening